What's your Tyler's back with the Reg Reviews here on Tyler's Reg Reviews with TNA Unbreakable 2005. Yeah, we're back to this one again. It's coincidentally, well, there's stuff I had to talk about this. Also, took place on, September 11, 2000, September 11, which is coincidentally the 20th anniversary of this event in the Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida. This was, what am I trying to say? This was a month, 1 month before TNA moved to Spike TV. And, yeah. So they went to Spike TV where their first Bound for Glory will take place, which that will be one of them. And I chose what No Mercy to do. And this is not a surprise. As much as I want to do the 2000 one because that was Kurt Angle's first title win, but I chose the 2005 No Mercy to be the No Mercy to review. And I think you understand why I chose that one, because that's Eddie's last pay-per-view appearance. Not his last match. I'm going to say right now, his last pay-per-view appearance. Anyways, let's get into his event right here and right now. So basically, yeah. Now the next two will be WCW Fall Brawl 2000, which will be next week, and the week after that will be WWE Unforgiven 2002. So yeah. So you obviously know what the last two will be. So we start with a six-man tag match between the Three Live Crew of BG James, Conan, and Ron. Killings defeats the Diamonds in the Rub, which is the Master of the Cab Driver Slam David Young. Again, Marky D, I know. Still. Ela Skipper and Simon Diamond. This was a standard six-man tag match, and yeah. Just there. It was a 4.5, I'll give it. And yeah. Anyways, then we get Austin Aries defeats Roderick Strong. This was a good match. But good is all I have to say about it. A 7 out of 10. That's all I have to say. Anyways, then we get another tag team match between Kip James and Monty Brown defeats Apollo and Lance Hoyt. Monty Brown on the pre-show just beat up Cassidy Riley, who was a Raven follower, and he said he wants that title shot in Bound for Glory, but well, we always know who is going to get that, be the champion by the first Impact on Spike TV. That was a wild slapnuts appearance. Jeff Jarrett. Yeah. But yeah, this was a fine, tag match. And yeah. So there's that, a 7 out of 10 I'll give it. It was a good match. So there's that. And then we get Chris Sabin defeating Petey Williams in a really good match. Afterwards, I believe it was Matt Belling around now, because he attacked both Pete Williams and Chris Simmons. This an ultimate X between the three at Bound for Glory. Yeah. So yeah, that's why. And yeah, 8 out of 10 I'll give it. Speaking of fun fights, we got another disqualification match between Abyss defeating Sabu. This was fucking wild as hell. Not as wild as their turning point match with the barbed wire massacre, and you know we obviously know that. Abyss and Sabu had some fucking wild matches in TNA. From this to their barbed wire massacre match at a turning point, and yeah, they went all out in this. They used weapons. They used the freaking thumbtack. Sabu does his triple jump move, flipping thing through a table, you know, and all that crazy stuff these two would do from there. So yeah. As we know, Sabu made a return at Sacrifice to be Raven's partner. That went to the feud between Abyss and Sabu, and there's that. So yeah, Abyss won doing the Black Hole Slam onto the freaking thumbtacks. Ugh, so yeah. 8.5 I'll give it. I love this whole thing. And then we got Bobby Roode defeating Jeff Hardy, but it was during the pre-show. Jeff Hardy had a brawl with Jeff Jarrett, which, why couldn't they do Jeff Jarrett versus Jeff Hardy instead of Bobby Roode versus Jeff Hardy? Because Jeff Jarrett got involved in this match, and I don't think he was in his wrestling gear also, but he didn't have a match on this show, which is kind of weird, but he'll get involved in the next involvement because of somebody else. And there's that. You know, it was just a fine match. It was a cool down match from the last match. That's all I have to say. A 7 out of 10 I'll give it. Anyways, that'd be the 4-way elimination match for the NWA / TNA Tag Team titles. The Naturals defeats Alex Shelley. Well, it was supposed to be Alex Shelley and Shaw Wolf because they won that Chris Candido Memorial Tournament thing. If you obviously know, Candido had a leg injury that led to, unfortunately, his passing in this time period, and yeah. So, yeah, this was a time that Shawn was seeing some demons around this time. You know, thank God he's way better now, but still, feel bad for him. So, Johnny Candido was his replacement. And also America's Most Wanted of Chris Harris and James Storm, as well as Team Canada of A1 and Eric Young. This was a fine elimination tag match. So Alex Shelley and Johnny Candido were the first ones eliminated, and then AMW was the next one to get eliminated. This was before the heel turn at that controversy in Canada type thing where they helped Jeff Jarrett won the title against Raven. Spoiler for the next match. And then the last team was Team Canada, who they were the last team eliminated. And that was it. Yeah, it was not that exciting to talk about that whole thing. Still, 6.5 I'll give it. And then we get the Ravens rules match for the NWA / TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Raven defeats Rhino to retain the world title. We obviously know the controversy in Canada thing. I mentioned in the last match, I had to talk about it again, but yeah. This was a hard-hitting, like, ECW style match. Rhino was going to gore Raven, but then he inadvertently gored the shopping cart shades of Backlash 2001 with them. At some point I will do that next year to remaster those. Jared got involved again. Jeff Hardy stops Jared there. This led to, Raven hitting Rhino with the even flow DDT to get the 1-2-3. He kept the belt, and unfortunately his run had to be ended because of TNA going to Spike TV. They're going back to Jared as world champion because, Jared around the time had the stroke around here. No pun intended. Still, it was a fun match. It was surprising the world title was the second to last match on this pay-per-view. But we obviously know why it was that, but still. An 8 out of 10, I'll give it Actually, I'll give it an 8.5 also. Scratch that. And then we get to the main event. The three-way match for the TNA X Division Championship. Yes, the secondary belt main event over the world title. It's kind of weird, but this was the reason why. AJ Styles defeats Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe to win the X Division Championship. This is a critically acclaimed, amazing triple threat match. I put it on there with the WrestleMania 20 triple threat match, but this, like I said, it was a critically acclaimed match, and obviously why. This was a fantastic main event match. AJ won the title here. Led to, this match being that. So, it was obviously a 10 out of 10 match, let's be fair here. I mean, they were doing a lot of crazy flying out of the ring spots, like AJ did one, Samoa Joe did one, and it was insane to... Then, they did, Samoa Joe gives Christopher Daniels the Coquilla Clutch, and AJ does the Spiral Tab. Then, Daniels going for the Angel's Wing. AJ reversed that into a unique roll-up for the victory, and, yeah, obviously, it's a 10 out of 10 match. So there's that. Great main event. Overall, one of the best TNA pay-per-views ever before they went to Spike TV, because here's a little side note there. They lost their deal with Fox Sports Net, and at some point after Hard Justice, which you obviously know about that whole thing. And they moved to Spike TV on October 1st, so yeah, this time period was still great to watch. And this was before Sting came in. Let's be here. And, he did all that. But although he did a part-time deal in 2003, 2004, so though there's that part, but still, it was still a part-time deal still. So there's that. I give it a 7.5. Not a bad match on this card, so... Well, outside of the opener, and... yeah, a 7.5 out of 10 I'll give it. Great event. So, yeah. So, you also next week is WCW Fall Brawl 2000. I cannot pass on Goldberg versus Scott Steiner. Come on. We need a bigger fucking ring for those two, because it's going to be madness. And yeah. Like this video, comment below, subscribe to this channel, notification bell, and as well as my main channel, you'll see tomorrow's SmackDown review, and then Revenge will be on Saturday, and then Sunday, well, I'll get back to more countdown lists, so there's that. There. Goodbye.